In this lesson, we're going to talk about how to find quartile, decile, and percentiles of ungrouped data. And we also going to do a lot of questions. So since we got a lot of work to do, so let's get started. Well, the first thing and the basic things are these are the formulas. So I want you guys to understand these formulas. And the formulas looks a little bit complicated, but the thing is, it's kind of like a pattern that you guys can help you to apprehend these all formulas. So that pattern is, as you guys can see over here, as you guys know, triple means 3 and quartile means 4. So for that reason, we're gonna put this 4 over here, and decile means 10, and we're gonna put this 10 over here, and percentile means 100. So this is 100, and we're gonna use this type of formulas for odd, and we're gonna use this type of formula for the even functions. We're gonna apply this formula, so I don't want you guys to get confused. So when we apply these formulas in equations, you're gonna understand them. But the thing is, we're gonna use these formulas or these even formulas, and as you guys can see, the formulas are all the same. The only difference is with the number. So when you guys see the decile, just think about this 10. When you guys see this percentile, think about the 100, and quartile, think about the 4. Now let's go to those examples. So let me go to the example. Okay, so the first example says that find the value of Q2 and Q3. Okay, all the time when you guys are dealing with this type of question, with this type of statistical or data questions, you just gotta arrange this number, especially if it is ungrouped. The first step is arrange it. So when I arrange this thing, I'm gonna get this. So they've already arranged it for us. So this is the arranged form of this question. So now the second step is we have to count it. So let me count the number. So when I count the number, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So this is 9. So since this is 9, as you guys know, 9 is odd. So I'm gonna use the odd formula. So it will be q times n plus 1 over 4. So q means I'm looking for these two. So it will be 2 times by 9 plus 1 is 10 and over 4. So it will be 20 over 4. And 20 over 4 is 5. But 5 is not my answer though. 5 is the third. So the fifth term. We call it the fifth term. So let me go to the fifth term and that would be my answer. So when you just and your answer will be from the arranged data. It's not from here, it's from here, it's from the arranged data. So it will be 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. Likely my answer is 5 itself. So this is my answer. Now what about a Q3? So the Q3 will be the same formula. So the whole over 4. This one is not actually equal sign. Let me just, this one is Q. So 3 times by 9 plus 1 is 10, so 10 over 4. So it would be 30 over 4. 30 over 4 is what? 30 over 4 is 7.5. Now I got 7.5. So this is not my answer, this is my term. So 7.5 is my term. So if you guys got this point sort of answer, what you gotta do is just go to the 7. So, or the 7th term. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So my 7th term is 8. And since I got this 0.5, I'm just gonna say that 8 plus 11, or the term that's next to your answer, the whole over 2. And so it will be 19. So 19 over 2 will be 7.75. 7.75. So this is my answer. And this is how you deal with the type of question that asks quartile. So now let's go to the decile. And now, since you guys got some understanding, I want you guys to stop the video and try by yourself and see if you get the answer. But the thing with the decile is there's some difference with the quartile and decile, and so let's see it. Okay, so it's arranged. So the first step is arrangement. So they've already arranged it for us. So now let's count. So when I count this, I'm gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is evens. So since this is even, I'm gonna use this formula. So it will be, so for the decile, it will be what, dn over 10 plus dn plus 1 over 10 the whole over 2. So I'm looking for these two. So this means that 2 times about n is 8, then the whole over 10, and plus 2 again, 2 times about 8, the whole over 10, and plus 1, and the whole over 2. So this means that 2 times by 8 is 16, 16 over 10, plus 2 times by 8 is 16 over 10, plus 1. This will be 26 over 10. And when you divide those whole thing by 2, your last answer should be 2.1. Well, the thing that I told you, the difference between the decile and the quartile is I'm not going to say, or I'm not going to go to the two, I'm not going to go to the second term, and I'm not going to add to the next term and divide by 2. That thing is not going to work when you count the decile. There's another process, and that process is, it will be x2 plus, since I got this 0.1, I'm going to say 0.1. The reason that I said x2 is because I got these two over here. If it was 3, I'm going to say x3. So x2 plus 0.1 times by x3 minus x2. It's kind of like the same formula, but there's some differences. So when you go to the x2, I'm going to go to the second term. So it will be this term. So it will be 3 and plus 0.1. And I'm going to go to the third term. It will be 4. So 4 minus 3 will be 1. So 3 plus 0.1 times by 1. So my last answer should be what? It will be 3 plus 0.1 times by 1 is 0.1. So when I add them, I'm going to get 3.1. So this is my last answer, and this is how you deal with the type of question that has the decile. Now let's do the D3. So now I want you guys to stop the video and try by yourself, since you guys understand the whole concept of this decile. So I want you guys to stop the video and try by yourself. Okay, so my formula will be the same. It will be dn over 10 plus dn plus 1 over 10 over 2. So d is 3. Now it will be 3. It was 2 in the previous question. Now it will be 3. So 3 times by n is what? N is 8, so n over n the whole over 10 plus 3 times by 8 the whole over 10 plus 1 the whole over 2. So when you guys add and divide these whole things, you should get what? You should get 2 point, I think it would be, so 3 times by 8 is 24, 24 over 10, and 24 over 10 plus 1, it will be what? So, and 24, so the whole over 2 will be 2.9. Okay, so it will be 2.9. Okay, now I get 2.9. You should get 2.9 when you just divide and add these whole things. So when you count it at 2.9 now, this is my term, this is not my answer though. So it's the same sort of process. So x2 plus, since I got these two, that's, I said x2, since I got 0.9, I'm gonna say 0.9, and times by x2, I mean x3 minus x2. So x2 is my third term, I mean my second term, and that is 3. And then plus 0.9, and x3 means my third term, and that will be 4 minus 3. And this means that 3 plus 0.9 times by 4 minus 3 is 1. So my last answer will be what? 3 plus 0.9 times by 1. 0.9 times by 1 is 0.9. So my last answer will be 3 point what? It will be 3.9. So this is my last answer, and this is how you deal with the type of question that has decile in it. So now let's go to the percentile. What about the percentile? Okay, now this one is percentile. So as you guys know, the first step is arrangement, and they have already arranged it for us. So now let me count them. So when I count them, I'm gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so since I got 9, 9 is odd, so I'm gonna use the odd formula. So it will be p times by p means percentile, p times by n plus 1, the whole over 100. 100 is third. Okay, so it says that find the value of p42. So what I want to do is just, since I got this 42, I'm just going to say that 42 times by 9. 9, we're going to substitute this by n, so it will be 9 plus 1 and the whole over 100. So this will be 400. No, yeah, 420 because 9 plus 1 is 10. So 420, the whole over 100. So we can cancel these two zeros and it would be 42 over 10. So 42 over 10 would be what? 42 over 10 would be, it would be 4.2. So yeah, it would be 4.2. So 4.2. Now it's the same process. The thing is, just let me tell you something. If it's quartile, you don't have to say x2 and those sort of stuff. You don't use that process. But if it is decile and if it is percentile, you gotta use that process that we've done in decile. So we just gotta say that since we got this 4, I'm gonna say x4. So x4 plus, since this is 0.2, I'm gonna say 0.2. And then what? So x4 plus 0.2 times by what? It will be, the second or the next number would be x5, so x5 minus x4. Okay, now x4 will be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, so it will be 20. 20 plus 0.2. And 20 plus 0.2, then x5 will be what? It will be 29. So 29 minus, it will be 29 minus x4 is 20. So it will be 20 plus 0.2 times by 9. This is it. Now, 0.2 times by 9 is what? It will be, it is 1.8. So 20 plus 1.8. So let me just erase the board. Let me get some space. Okay, so 20 plus 1.9 would be what? It would be 21.8. So this is my last answer, and we're done with the quartile, with the decile, and with the percentile. So this is it for this video, and thanks for watching, guys, and have a nice time. And I also got a lot of other videos, so thanks for watching and have a nice time.